Assalamu alaikum to everyone. So in this class we are going to learn new chapter, that is trigonometric ratio up to transformation. So basically in this chapter we are going to deal with uh, right angle triangle, and we are going to learn a lot about right angle triangle. Okay, so let's see, this is the chapter name, trigonometric ratio and up to its transformation. So basically in this chapter we are going to learn four things. The first thing is trigonometric ratio, second thing is compound angle, third thing is multiples and submultiples angles, and fourth thing is transformation. Okay, so just I'm going to tell you that first thing will be ratio, second thing will be compound angle, third thing will be multiple and submultiple, angle, and fourth thing will be we are going to learn, that will be transformation. Okay, so these four things, if we finish these four things, then that means we finish the chapter trigonometric ratio. Okay, so first we will focus on ratio, and then compound angle, and then multiples angle, and then transformation. Okay, so let's see the ratio. Before going to learn ratio, we should have some knowledge about angle and some basic knowledge and terminologies that we should know. After that, we can get what are the multiples and submultiples, compound, we can get very easily. So first thing, so let us know what is the meaning of trigonometry. So as you can see here, this is tri means 3, okay, and trigon means 3 sides. So trigon means is nothing but a shape that has 3 sides. So we know that the shape that has 3 sides, it is known as triangle, we call it triangle. And metric is nothing but a measurement. So trigonometry is nothing but the study of measurement. So we can define trigonometry as, trigonometry is a science that deals with the measurement of triangle, right? Okay, so and then after that, if we are talking triangle, so we know that in triangle we have 3 sides and 3 angles. So we should have some knowledge about angles. So let us discuss on angle. Okay, so here, and one more thing, why we are learning trigonometry ratio, because it has a lot of application in our daily life. Okay, so we can measure the height, the distance, and the area. So all the application we can apply in our daily life. But I'm not going to discuss here our application of daily life, because I need to cover our syllabus. Okay, so here let us discuss on angle. So angle, so there is a mathematician whose name was Euclid. So according to Euclid, he defined angle in a way that so actually I was telling to you that according to Euclid, he defined an angle that the inclination of two lines at intersecting at a point. So here we have two lines, that is OA and OB, and they are intersecting at a point O. So that inclination is called angle or theta, right? And we can define angle in different way. Like angle is nothing but a union of two rays having a common point. Okay, so this is the angle. Now just see here, and this side, the side OB is called initial side, and side OA is called terminal side, right? So this is initial side, this is terminal side. So in the process of rotation of OA means अगर ये यहाँ से इसको हम rotate होता है ये in the process of rotation of OA till it comes collinear with OB and having opposite direction of OB, so the angle, the theta is called straight positive angle. What? Straight positive angle. Okay, straight positive angle. So it has a condition that the side, the terminal side should be collinear and it should having a opposite direction. Okay, and so this is the theta, the angle will called straight positive angle. Now half of straight positive angle is called right angle. Means this is, suppose I have a one side here, this is O, this is A, and the second side, that is B, OB. So the angle between line O and OB is called straight positive angle, and that angle can be measured as 180 degree. And the half of positive straight angle, this is nothing but 180 degree, and half of straight positive angle is nothing but right angle triangle. So that means right angle triangle. Okay, so half of this means half of this straight positive angle is nothing but a right angle triangle, right? Okay, so we have learned straight positive and right angle triangle. Now we will learn different type of measurement of an angle. So we have three types of measurement of an angle. The first thing, British system. Second thing is French system, and third thing is circular measurement. Okay, so we will see step by step. So here measurement of angle. Okay, measurement of angle. As I said, we have British system, second way of measurement French system, and third way of measurement of an angle, circular measurement. Okay, in British system, one right angle is nothing but 90 degree, and 1 degree is nothing but 60 minutes, and 1 minute is nothing but 60 seconds. This is the British system, and normally we are using this system. And in French system, one right angle is nothing but 100 grade. Just see here, 100 grade, and 1 grade is nothing but 60 minutes. 100 minutes, and 1 minute is nothing but 100 seconds. Okay, in circular measurement system, two right angle triangle, not one, two right angle is nothing but pi, and we are using C for radian. Okay, so pi, so two right angle is nothing but pi. So this is all about the measurement of system, right? Okay, we have one relation, conversion of relation, that we can transform one to another form, that is 180 by d 200 by G and pi by R. So here D means degree, G means grade, R means radian. So if we know any degree value, so we can change degree into grade and grade into radian. Okay, so this is the relation where we can transform any angle value one to another form. Okay, so these are the measurement of an angle. Now let's see some other things. Okay, so trigonometry ratio. Now we are going to discuss trigonometry ratio. Trigonometry ratio. So for understanding trigonometry ratio, just consider we have one right angle triangle here. This is the one right angle triangle. Okay, and let us suppose this is the theta, and this is A, and this is B, and this is C. So I have a side A, side C, and side B. Right? And here, if this is right angle triangle, so we should have one 90-degree angle. So in this triangle, we have three sides: side B, side A, side C, and each one have a different name. Let's suppose the opposite side of theta is called opposite side, and the side which is along with theta, that side is called adjacent theta, and the side which is between opposite and adjacent, that side is called hypotenuse. Okay, so we have three types of side here: opposite side, adjacent side, and hypotenuse side. Okay, and so can you tell me one thing, from this diagram or from this triangle, how many ratios can we make? So here I am saying I can make one ratio, that is, this is the one side and this is the another side. So I can make a ratio opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, opposite by hypotenuse. And what other ratio can we make? I can make adjacent by hypotenuse. Similarly, I can make opposite by adjacent. Similarly, I can make adjacent by opposite. Similarly, if I see on the diagram, so I can make hypotenuse by adjacent, and one last ratio can be made opposite, hypotenuse by opposite. So total we can make 6 ratio from this triangle, and this ratio has a different name, different name. So the ratio where we have opposite by hypotenuse, that ratio is called sine theta. What? Sine theta. That ratio is called sine theta. And the ratio where we have adjacent by hypotenuse, that ratio is called cos theta. And similarly, the ratio where we have opposite by adjacent, that ratio is called tan theta. Similarly, cot theta and secant theta and cosecant theta. So these the ratio: sine, cos, tan, cot, sec and cosec. These all 6 ratios are nothing but trigonometric ratio. That is our chapter name, trigonometric ratio. Okay, so just note it down. Okay, and we will see the rest of part. after this we have we we need to note, we need to make some notes. So we have some notes, so you should know those notes. So first note is trigonometry identity. Okay, we know trigonometry identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay, so how can we find sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1? And we know that sin and cos is nothing but a ratio of side of right angle triangle. Okay, so let's discuss here. If I draw a Cartesian coordinate system, in Cartesian coordinate system this is x axis, y axis, and I draw a circle, and this is the point O, and I am taking a point P here, that is x comma y. And if I draw a line, so that line from center to perimeter of circle, that line we call radius. And if I draw a line from point P, so we will get one right angle triangle right here, and the distance of this is x, and the distance of this is nothing but y. Okay, and let's suppose this is theta. So just apply Pythagoras theorem here. So you will get r square, and let's suppose this is the point M. Okay, so we have a triangle OPM. So in triangle OPM, I am applying Pythagoras theorem. So I will get OP square is equal to OM square plus PM square or MP square. I know OP is nothing but R square. Okay, and the distance, the length of PM is nothing but y, and the length of OM is nothing but x. So I can write x square plus y square. Okay, and if I divide all those things, this equation with r, if I divide with r square to whole equation, so I will get, this is nothing but 1, and I will get x by r square plus y by r whole square bracket square. Okay, so we know that the ratio where we have opposite by hypotenuse, see here, this is the length of x is nothing but adjacent and r is hypotenuse. Okay, so if we have adjacent by hypotenuse, so that ratio will call cos theta. So we can write x by r is nothing but cos theta, and here this is the theta, and opposite of theta we have a length, or we have a side, that is y. So and this is the side y, and this is the hypotenuse r. So the ratio of opposite by hypotenuse, that ratio will call sin theta, that is we have here. Okay, so we can write 1 is equal to cos theta bracket square plus y by r is nothing but sin theta. Okay, so here this is the opposite by hypotenuse, so this is sin theta square. So I can write cos square theta plus sin square theta. So this is called trigonometric identity. Okay, and if you divide this equation with sine, so you will get different trigonometric identity. Let's divide with sine square theta. So you will get sine square theta cos square theta by sine square theta plus sine square theta by sine square theta. So 1 by sine is nothing but this is the reciprocal of sine is nothing but cos. Okay, so that you have learned in your in 9th class or 10th class. So reciprocal of sine is nothing but cosec. So cosec square theta, and cos by sine ratio is nothing but cot theta. Cot square theta, and sine by sine will get cancelled, so we will have 1. So this is nothing but second trigonometric identity. Now if you divide this equation with cos square theta, so you will get 1 by cos square theta by is equal to cos square theta by cos square theta plus sin square theta by cos square theta. So 1 by cos, and cos reciprocal is known as sec theta. So we will have sec square theta, and cos will get cancelled, so we will have 1. And here sin by cos is nothing but tan square. So we got third trigonometric identity, that is sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So you may note down this, and we will talk about note number 2. Okay. Okay, so note number 2. Note number 2. So note number 2 is nothing but why we are having all trigonometric ratios positive in first quadrant, and why sine and cosec are positive in second quadrant, or rest of the ratios are negative. So we will discuss all this point. Okay, so here let's suppose I have a Cartesian coordinate system again, and in Cartesian coordinate system, if I draw a circle, so this is x axis and this is y axis, y dash x dash. Okay, so if again so let's see first quadrant, why all the ratios are coming positive in first quadrant. So here I have a 0, a point origin, and I draw a line that is called radius, and this is the point P. And if I draw a line here, so I will get one right angle triangle, and let's suppose this is point M, and the length of OM is nothing but x, and the length of PM is nothing but y. Okay, so we have a right angle triangle in Cartesian coordinate system. So if I am applying sine over here, this is the theta, so I will get sine theta is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse, and opposite is nothing but the side which is opposite to theta, that is y. So y and hypotenuse is r, and we know in first quadrant x coordinate value and y coordinate value will be always positive. Okay, so we can say y will be positive and x will be positive. So we got sin theta is equal to y by r. Similarly, if I apply cos on theta, so I will get adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is nothing but OM, and OM is nothing but x. So x by hypotenuse is r. Okay, so we got cos theta is nothing but x by r. Similarly, just apply tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent. Okay, so opposite is nothing but y, and adjacent is nothing but x. So here we have all x coordinate value and y coordinate value will be positive. So we can say that y will be positive and x will be positive. That means tan theta will be positive. Similarly, I can get cot theta. So cot theta will be x by y. So here also cot will be positive. Then second we can write the reciprocal of second is nothing but cos theta. So I can write r by x. This will be also positive, and cosec, that is the reciprocal of sine, that means r by y. So here we have all three values, x and y are all three values are positive. So every trigonometric ratio will be positive. Now let's discuss second quadrant. Okay, in second quadrant. So here in second quadrant. So we will take second quadrant. We will take second quadrant. So here I have a circle. So I draw a right angle triangle in second quadrant. Okay. So this is x, this is y dash, this is x dash, and this is the point M. This is the origin. This is the point P, and this is x, or we can say that in second quadrant x coordinate value will be negative. So I can write that x will be negative here and y will be positive here. So the length of PM is nothing but y, and the length of OM is nothing but x, and this is the radius, right? So I am taking sine here. I am taking sine here. So sine theta will be opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, opposite is nothing but y and hypotenuse is r. So only y and r is positive. Similarly, if I take cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, and adjacent is nothing but minus x. So I will write minus x, and hypotenuse is r. So I can say that in second quadrant cos will be negative. Similarly, just take tan theta. So you will get opposite by adjacent. So opposite is nothing but y and adjacent is nothing but minus x. Okay, so we can say that tan also will be negative. Similarly, just take cot. So cot theta will be minus x by y. So I can say that cot will be negative. Similarly, sec theta that is nothing but cos reciprocal. Okay, so sec theta that will be r by minus x. So I can say that sec also will be negative value. Now cosec theta that is reciprocal of sin theta. So I can write r by y, and only so r and y that both are positive. So cosec theta will be positive. So in second quadrant sin theta and cosec theta will be positive, and rest of the trigonometric ratio will be negative. Okay, so just note it down, and you can find in third quadrant as well. In third quadrant tan and cot will be positive. In fourth quadrant cos and sec will be positive, and rest of the trigonometric ratio will be negative. Okay, so just note it down. So now after this we are going to see some good observation. Okay, so in our previous classes we have learned a table where there was a sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, and on sin 0 we are getting sin 0, on sin 30 we are getting 1 by 2, and similarly on 45 we are getting 1 by root 2, and on 60 we were having root 3 by 2, and on 90 we will 1. Okay, so we have learned these tables in our previous classes, in previous क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको, in previous classes. Okay, now so we know that sin 0, sin 30, sin 45, sin 60 and sin 90. Similarly cos 0, cos 30, cos 45, cos 90, all these values we have known. But if suppose we have the theta values apart from this table, so what can we do? If suppose I have a sin more than 90, let's suppose I have a sin 210, then because we have learnt only sin 0, sin 30, sin 45, sin 60 and sin 90, and apart from that we don't know. So we will discuss those things in this class. Okay, so here we have a good observation, that is you need to remember this thing, n into 90 plus minus theta. Whatever we have theta value, so we need to make theta value in this form. If we are able to make theta value bigger theta value, if we are able to make bigger theta value in this form, then we can solve any sine theta value. Okay, let's suppose this I took okay, let me tell you one thing more. So in this relation, if n is coming even, so that time trigonometry ratio will not change. Trigonometry ratio will not change. Okay, and if n is coming odd, so that time trigonometry ratio will change. Change means what? Sine will change into cos, tan will change into cot, and sec will change into cosec. Okay, so if n is coming odd, so trigonometry ratio will change sine into cos, and tan will change into cot, and sec will change into cosec. Okay, okay. Now let's take some example. Okay, so here, if suppose I have a sine 210, so and we need to find. Okay, so how can we find? We need to make this theta value in this form. Okay, so here solution. So I can write this sine 90 2 into 90, that means 180, and 180 plus 3, 180 plus 30, so that will be 210. 90 into 2, that is 180, and 180 plus 30, that means 210. Okay, so if just see here, we got n as even, so I can say that sign will not change, sign will be sign. Okay, so I can write, that means sign will not change, and this 2 into 90, that means just one thing more here, you need to check in which quadrant theta is going to lie. Okay, so theta is going to lie in third quadrant. Why? Because we have 290. Let's suppose this is first 90, this is second 90, and 290 plus something, 290 plus theta, that means theta are coming here, and we know that in third quadrant sign will be negative, only positive in second quadrant and first quadrant, so sign will be negative. So I will take sign here, and theta will it will be sin 30, and I know sin 30 value, so I can write minus, and sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2, so I can say that the value of 210 is nothing but minus 1 by 2. So you need to remember this n into 90 plus minus theta. Okay, now we will see some more example. So just note down these all things. So boys, here we have some examples problem. So let's discuss on examples problems. So here first we have cos 585. So we need to find cos 585 value. Okay, so how can we find? As I said, we need to make this theta value in the form of n into 90 plus minus theta. Okay, so where n, okay, where n is real, n is belongs to real number. So here let's take the solution. So here we have cos 185 585. So as I said, we need to make this into n into 90 plus minus theta. So how can I make this? So cos, if I divide with 90, so I will get 9 on the 1 9 9 to the 18 9 3 the 27 90 5 the 45 and 45 9 5 the 45 and 9 6 the 9 6 the 9 6 the, that is 54. So here I can say that 50 540 and 540 plus 45, that will be 585. Okay, so that means plus 45. So see here, 585 I made in the form of n into 90 plus minus theta. Okay, so I said if n is even, so trigonometric ratio will not change. Okay, and second part is we need to check this theta value in which quadrant is going to lie. So here we have 690, that means 190 290 390 490 590 690. Then after 690 the theta value is coming in third quadrant. So in third quadrant cos will be negative, so I can say that minus cos 45, minus cos 45. Okay, so we know cos 45 value, that is nothing but 1 by root 2. So I can say that minus 1 by root 2. The value of cos 585 is nothing but minus 1 by root 2. Just look at this question. Here we have solution. So we need cosec 750. So can I make 750? 955 okay, 90 into 8, 90 into 8, that means 7 to 0. Okay, if we multiply 90 into 8, so we will get 720 plus 30, so plus 30. Okay, so this is plus 30. So just simplify this, 90 into 8 plus 30, you will get 750. Okay, as I say, you need to make all bigger theta value in this form. Okay, so here n is even, so cosec will not going to change. So here we will get, okay, second part is you need to check theta in which quadrant is going to lie. So here we have 890s, that means first, two, third and fourth 90, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 990. So that means the theta value is coming in first quadrant, and in first quadrant every trigonometric ratio will be positive. So cosec 30, and cosec 30 is nothing but 2. Why? Because we know sin 30 is 1 by 2. So the reciprocal of sin is cosec. So if sin 30 is 1 by 2, so cosec 30 will be 2. So this is the answer, cosec 750. Okay, now let's see here. We have sin pi by 3. This is in radian form. Okay, so if you want to change, if you want to solve this problem into degree form, so you can change pi into radian, radian into degree, but you can solve this is also. So what you have to do here, you have to make this value in this form, n into pi by 2 plus minus theta, okay. So here if I have a sin 5 pi by 3, so I can make this sin 2 pi plus pi by 3. Okay, so just simplify this. 3 to the 6, then here I have to take minus, so here 3 into 2, that is 6 pi minus pi, that will be 5 pi, so pi by 3. So here I know, here see here, this is n value is 2, so that means n value is 2 and 2 is even, so sign will not going to change, sign will be sign. But 2 pi minus 2 pi minus, that means this theta is lying in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant sign will be negative. So here I have to take minus sign. So sin pi by 3, and sin pi by 3 is nothing but 60, and sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2. So here this is nothing but root 3 by 2. So the answer is root 3 by 2. Okay, now just see this question. We have sec 13 pi by 3. So I need to make this 13 pi in this form. Okay, so here sec 13 pi by 3, that is how can I make into this form? So sec 3 4s are 12. So 3 4s are 12 plus pi by 3. Okay, so here again we have n is even, so sec will not going to change, so sec will be sec. The second part is you have to check in which quadrant theta is going to lie. So 4 pi and plus 4 pi plus, that means first quadrant. In first quadrant every trigonometric ratio will be positive, so we will get pi by 3. And sec, that means sec 60. So I know the cos 60. Cos 60 is nothing but 1 by 2. So the answer will be 2. Okay. So this is sec 13 pi by 3 is nothing but 2.